Welcome to Review Monster 101. This review includes 28 multiple-choice questions to review for Unit 4 of the Common 9-unit series to prepare for the AP Psychology exam. After each question, I will offer a brief explanation. For reviews of the other 8 units, please subscribe. It helps me out and allows me to make these freely available review materials. Let's begin. 1. What is the primary aim of IQ tests? A. Measure emotional intelligence. B. Assess biological intelligence. C. Evaluate linguistic abilities. B. Assess biological intelligence. IQ tests are designed to assess biological intelligence, not emotional or linguistic capacities. 2. Who developed the first IQ test to identify students who needed educational assistance? A. Alfred Binet. B. Robert Sternberg. C. Louis Thurston. A. Alfred Binet. Alfred Binet developed the initial IQ test to identify students requiring educational support. 3. Which intelligence theory emphasizes general intelligence? A. Thurstone's theory. B. Gardner's theory. C. Spearman's theory. C. Spearman's theory. Spearman's theory focused on general intelligence, G-factor, through factor analysis. 4. According to Gardner's theory of multiple intelligences, how many distinct intelligences exist? A3, B7, C8. C8. Gardner proposed 8 distinct intelligences, including linguistic, musical, and spatial intelligence, among others. 5. What does Sternberg's theory propose about intelligence? A. 3 types of intelligence: practical, analytical, and creative. B. 7 linked ability clusters. C. General intelligence. A. 3 types of intelligence: practical, analytical, and creative. Sternberg's theory suggests 3 types of intelligence: practical, analytical, and creative intelligence. 6. What formula represents the calculation of the intelligence quotient, IQ? C. IQ is determined by mental age, chronological age, indicating how one's mental age compares to their chronological age. 7. Which components are assessed in Wechsler's tests? A. Processing speed, perceptual organization, and emotional management. B. Verbal comprehension, working memory, and linguistic abilities. C. Verbal comprehension, processing, and working memory. C. Verbal comprehension, processing, and working memory. Wechsler's tests assess components such as verbal comprehension, processing, perceptual organization, and working memory. 8. What is the primary focus of an aptitude test? A. Assessing acquired knowledge and facts. B. Evaluating skills and preparedness for future tasks. C. Measuring current academic achievement. B. Evaluating skills and preparedness for future tasks. Aptitude tests are designed to assess a person's readiness and ability to develop skills necessary for future tasks or learning situations, such as the SAT measuring readiness for college. 9. Which test primarily evaluates your current knowledge and understanding of a subject? A. Achievement test. B. Intelligence test. C. Personality test. A. Achievement test. Achievement tests are designed to assess a person's current knowledge, understanding, and proficiency in a particular area, like unit tests in school evaluating students' understanding of course material. 10. Who from Stanford University utilized Binet's intelligence testing ideas and conducted normative testing in California? A. Alfred Binet. B. William James. C. Lewis Terman. C. Lewis Terman. Lewis Terman, a psychologist from Stanford University, used Binet's intelligence test ideas and conducted normative testing in California to develop an IQ test. He believed intelligence was unchanging. 11. What is the central concern related to the Flynn effect in intelligence testing? A. Increasing average scores due to changing societal norms. B. Re-standardizing tests for decreasing intelligence levels. C. Higher average scores because of growing knowledge accessibility. C. Higher average scores because of growing knowledge accessibility. The Flynn effect suggests that average test scores rise over time due to increasing knowledge accessibility to the general population, warranting re-standardization of tests. 12. How would you describe fluid intelligence? A. Solid wisdom and acquired knowledge. B. Capacity for quick, abstract, and creative thinking. C. Long-term retention of information. B. Capacity for quick, abstract, and creative thinking. Fluid intelligence pertains to the ability to think quickly, creatively, and abstractly, demonstrating adaptability in problem-solving and understanding novel concepts rather than relying on stored knowledge. 13. What is the primary characteristic of crystallized intelligence? A. Quick problem-solving skills. B. Solid wisdom, knowledge, and factual understanding. C. Capacity for creative and abstract thinking. B. Solid wisdom, knowledge, and factual understanding. Crystallized intelligence refers to accumulated knowledge, facts, and learned information over time, contributing to one's problem-solving abilities and decision-making processes through acquired wisdom. 14. What type of learning involves associating two stimuli in anticipation of an event or reaction? A. Operant conditioning. B. Cognitive learning. C. Classical conditioning. C. Classical conditioning. Classical conditioning involves linking two stimuli to anticipate a response. This process, demonstrated in Pavlov's experiment with dogs, shows how neutral stimuli, like a bell, trigger a response, salivation, by pairing it with an unconditioned stimulus, like food. 15. In Pavlov's classical conditioning, what does the unconditioned response, UR, represent? A. Salivating to the bell, NS. B. Salivating to food, US. C. Salivating to the bell, CS. B. Salivating to food, US. The unconditioned response, UR, represents the natural response triggered by the unconditioned stimulus, US, which in Pavlov's experiment was the dog salivating in response to the presentation of food. 16. What is the purpose of the conditioned stimulus, CS, in classical conditioning? A. To trigger a natural response. B. To pair with the unconditioned stimulus, US. C. To elicit a conditioned response, CR. C. To elicit a conditioned response, CR. The conditioned stimulus, CS, is a previously neutral stimulus, like the bell, that, through association with the unconditioned stimulus, US, eventually triggers a conditioned response, CR, similar to how the bell later caused salivation in Pavlov's dog after being paired with food. 17. Which type of learning involves changing behavior due to consequences, whether positive or negative? A. Associative learning 1. B. Operant conditioning. C. Cognitive learning. B. Operant conditioning. Operant conditioning focuses on learning through the association of behavior with consequences. It involves altering behavior based on the consequences that follow actions, either reinforcing behavior with rewards or discouraging it through punishments. 18. What characterizes associative learning 2 in terms of behavioral response to a consequence? A. Associating one stimulus with another. B. Associating a neutral stimulus with a natural response. C. Linking a response with a consequence. C. Linking a response with a consequence. Associative learning 2 involves linking a response, like a seal catching a ball, with a consequence, receiving a fish, thereby encouraging repetition of the action. This kind of learning, exemplified by rewarding kids for saying please, reinforces behavior by pairing it with positive consequences, increasing the likelihood of its recurrence. 19. According to behaviorism, what is considered less important than behavior itself in psychological study? A. Cognitive processes. B. Mental life. C. Environmental stimuli. B. Mental life. Behaviorism, particularly Watson and Skinner's perspective, prioritizes observable behavior over internal mental processes or subjective experiences. It emphasizes studying external behavior as the fundamental basis for psychological investigation rather than focusing on internal thoughts, emotions, or mental life. 20. What psychological phenomenon is observed when a conditioned response expands to multiple stimuli? A. Discrimination. B. Extinction. C. Generalization. C. Generalization. Generalization in classical conditioning occurs when the conditioned response, CR, expands from one specific stimulus, conditioned stimulus CS, to similar stimuli that share common characteristics. This broadening of response involves reacting similarly to various stimuli, like fearing not just a dog, but any furry creature after conditioning fear to a dog. 21. What term refers to the decrease or disappearance of a conditioned response when only the conditioned stimulus, CS, is presented without the unconditioned stimulus, US? A. Extinction. B. Spontaneous recovery. C. Higher order conditioning. A. Extinction. Extinction occurs in classical conditioning when the conditioned response, CR, diminishes or disappears upon presenting only the conditioned stimulus, CS, without the unconditioned stimulus, US. For instance, if a bell rings, CS, repeatedly without the delivery of food, US, the dog's salivation, CR, will diminish, illustrating the weakening of the association between CS and US. 22. Which schedule of reinforcement offers rewards randomly and unpredictably after performing a behavior? A. Fixed ratio schedule. B. Fixed interval schedule. C. Variable ratio schedule. C. Variable ratio schedule. The variable ratio schedule involves rewarding behavior randomly and unpredictably after the occurrence of the behavior. This schedule is highly effective in reinforcing behavior as seen in scenarios like slot machines, where the reward is given unpredictably after an uncertain number of responses, making the behavior more resistant to extinction and maintaining a higher response rate. 23. In the context of operant conditioning, what form of reinforcement involves adding something desirable to increase the likelihood of a behavior? A. Negative reinforcement. B. Positive reinforcement. C. Continuous reinforcement. B. Positive reinforcement. Positive reinforcement in operant conditioning is the addition of something desirable or pleasant, like rewards, praises, following a behavior to increase the probability of that behavior recurring. By adding positive stimuli, such reinforcement aims to strengthen the desired behavior, encouraging its repetition in the future. 24. Which psychological experiment demonstrated the ethical issues involved in instilling fear through classical conditioning? A. The Skinner box experiment. B. The Stanford prison experiment. C. The Little Albert experiment. C. The Little Albert experiment. The Little Albert experiment demonstrated ethical concerns by teaching a baby to fear white rats through classical conditioning. The experiment involved pairing the neutral stimulus, white rat, with a loud noise, causing the child to generalize this fear response to other similar stimuli. This study raised ethical issues due to its methodology of instilling fear in the child without proper informed consent or consideration for the potential long-term effects on the child's psychological well-being. 25. What did Albert Bandura's experiment using a Bobo doll primarily demonstrate about learning? A. How to handle aggression. B. Observational learning. C. The effect of violence viewing. B. Observational learning. Albert Bandura's Bobo doll experiment primarily showcased the concept of observational learning. In this experiment, children observed an adult's aggressive behavior towards a Bobo doll and subsequently imitated the same behavior. This study highlighted how individuals, especially children, can learn new behaviors and responses by observing the actions of others, emphasizing the significance of observational learning in acquiring behaviors. 26. What term is used to describe behaviors that are positive, constructive, and beneficial to others or society? A. Prosocial behavior. B. Antisocial behavior. C. Mirror neuron effect. A. Prosocial behavior. Prosocial behavior refers to actions or behaviors that are positive, constructive, and beneficial to others or society. It involves behaviors like helping, cooperating, sharing, and exhibiting empathy, contributing positively to social relationships and societal harmony. This behavior emphasizes social conformity and goodness in interactions, supporting and benefiting others or the community. 27. Which neural component is crucial in empathizing with others and understanding their actions and feelings? A. Broca's area. B. Cerebellum. C. Mirror neurons. C. Mirror neurons. Mirror neurons are neural components crucial in empathizing with others and understanding their actions and feelings. These neurons fire when an individual observes or mirrors the actions and emotions of others, playing a significant role in social cognition, empathy, imitation, and understanding others' intentions. Individuals with conditions like autism tend to show decreased mirroring abilities, affecting their capacity for empathy and social interaction. 28. What effect describes the phenomenon where individuals become desensitized to frequent exposure to violence, gradually perceiving it as normal? A. Mirror neuron effect. B. Violence viewing effect. C. Antisocial behavior effect. B. Violence viewing effect. The violence viewing effect refers to the phenomenon where individuals become desensitized to repeated exposure to violence, gradually perceiving it as commonplace or normal. This desensitization occurs due to frequent exposure to violent acts, often through media or repeated real-life exposure, leading individuals to become less emotionally reactive or sensitive to violent content, which may contribute to increased tolerance or acceptance of violent behavior in society. That concludes our review of Unit 4 of the Common 9-Unit series for the AP Psychology exam. Please subscribe for more reviews on for AP Psychology and other AP courses. Good luck with your preparations and studies. I am confident you will be successful.